Across the country, in states where governors and state legislatures are dominated by progressive policies, there's been a concerted effort to restrict churches from opening their doors. As more and more pastors report being treated unfairly, it begs the question, is there a more sinister agenda at work?
The New York Police Department says it has evidence that anarchist groups were pushing the protest toward violence and vandalism.
Once again, violent protests erupting over the weekend.
2 LA County Sheriff's deputies are in the hospital after they were ambushed in Compton, shot multiple times.
Extremist organizations have infiltrated the protest, intent on stirring up trouble.
They actually do have an ideological frame. Myself and Alicia in particular are trained organizers. We are trained Marxists.
Both the family and the church are under attack by Black Lives Matter and Marxist-Leninists across the globe.
The Marxists are really driving the narratives, and unfortunately, a lot of Americans are deceived because they don't know what has hit them.
Marxism is Karl Marx's specific take on socialism, which called for bloody revolution, for overthrow of the government. And it was something that he predicted.
The Marxist-Leninist movement believes that the family and God are the opiums of the people and in useless constructions. And so they not only attack God, they attack the family. The leaders of Black Lives Matter are self-avowed Marxists. And what they had on their website, they talked about the destruction of the nuclear family. Because we know, Tony, that the family is the incubator of liberty. You destroy families, you breed a dependency on government. And what we know about Marxism and Leninism is that those are godless philosophies. And so these folks try to drive God and faith and religious liberty out of the public square. And they in fact see a bureaucratic government as being the provider of our basic fundamental human rights.
If you go and read the Communist Manifesto and then look at what they're saying on the Black Lives Matter website, they're talking about the destruction of the nuclear family. They're just talking about the destruction of society, of capitalism. All of that comes straight out of what Marx and Engels put in 1848 in that little dangerous book.
My name is Virginia Prodan. I am a survivor of the atrocities of socialism. I grew up under socialists in Romania during the totalitarian regime of dictator Nicolae Ceausescu, who transformed Romania into a land of lies and a prison land. Churches were demolished or destroyed. Pastors, preachers, dissidents were arrested, killed, or simply disappear. I was declared an enemy of the state. My legal work was an act of treason.
If you go to the Black Lives Matter website and you read what they stand for are not things that will improve the lives of Black Americans. And if you follow Antifa, they just really want to destroy the whole American system.
Saul Alinsky, who wrote a book called Rules for Radicals. He was a Marxist, and it's his playbook that they're largely following. He said the thing is never the thing. In other words, the idea is revolution. It's what we're seeing isn't revolution. We're seeing an attempted coup d'etat, and there's a difference in that. But his meaning was you're always deflecting what you're really trying to achieve. So you have pastors in pulpits who are thinking that they're addressing racial injustice and that they're endeavoring to bring peace to their congregations. But what they don't understand is that's not the thing. This is all being used as a pretext, not for social justice, but for injustice.
Look, Martin Luther King framed it in the 60s, and it applies right now. We have a choice to make. Do we accept and embrace chaos, or do we build community? Justice cannot take root in chaos. And so folks who are chaotic and disruptive in the name of justice are living a lie.
America is the best country in the world. Wake up. Wake up before the atrocities of socialists will wake you up. America's freedom is on the line.
And I know that some people who are watching this are thinking, well, this is just about the right and a bunch of religious kooks, or whatever. What I would say to you is this: you're a reasonable American. Life as you know it is on the line. You don't have to be a Christian. Freedom is at stake here.